We're going to talk about the iPhone 12 Pro Max and how it has absolutely ruined my life. Where do I begin? The Dolby Vision? The rear camera that's so good that you can't use the selfie camera anymore? The editing process? The price? I was driving to the grocery store and I actually stopped in the parking lot because I knew the camera was going to take an awesome picture of that sunset right over Staples. Who does that? Who does that? I thought in my head, I know this is going to look really, really good. I better stop and take some video of this Staples. Unbelievable. All right, well, first of all, let's talk about this Dolby Vision nonsense. You bring it in to Final Cut, it's overexposed. You have to kind of like force it to do this and that. You use the HDR tool thing and you can kind of sort of get it, but that's on the 709 timeline. So when you output it to YouTube, it's going to look regular. Well, if it's going to look regular, then why shoot it in the first place and have all this hassle? I actually bought the new M1 Mac Mini simply so I could edit this footage because it was too much for my little 12-inch MacBook. And now I'm thinking, why did I do that? I should just be shooting regular 4K 60p. I mean, ugh. And because only the Apple program is using, you can only get 4K 60p Dolby Vision in the actual Apple app, that is making it so that I have to use the Apple, the camera roll. So I used to use Filmic Pro. Filmic Pro would put all the files separate. So when I get home, I would just transfer all the files. They're kept nice and neat. Well, now when it's put up to the camera roll, everything's kind of mixed up. And when you delete it, it's not really deleted. You have to go back in and try to delete something else. And then it's deleted after you've transferred. And it's too much. It's just too much. And I can't make the footage look great. I mean, the footage looks phenomenal on the phone. When you watch the footage back on the phone, it looks phenomenal. But when you look it back on, like on the screen, or when you upload it to YouTube, it just looks distorted and crazy. And you can't make any adjustments because if you make any adjustments to match the screen you have, first of all, HDR screens, monitors are very expensive. And I'm like, do I really need it? If YouTube can't even produce this yet? And so, YouTube, I think YouTube, you can't even show HDR footage yet. So what's the point? Are we future-proofing this? Should I be filming in Dolby Vision and then, edit in regular 709 kind of whatever color thing, and then later, what am I doing? I don't know. And Filmic Pro, you can't shoot 4K 60p. You can only shoot like 4K 30p or 24p, which makes me think maybe I should just start using 24p. But then that gets me back to, why am I even shooting Dolby Vision at all if I can't edit it properly? Even though I can kind of sort of get it to where I can work with it either in the wide gamut timeline, which is very taxing, but now, the M1 Mac Mini is actually doing a really good job of that. But I still don't know what it's actually going to look like, especially you don't really need to color grade it if it looks good in the camera already. This is tough. This is just really tough. But it has ruined my life. It has ruined my life. There was something else, and I'll get back to it. Oh, and I'm filming in this Dolby Vision, and I'm filming this. My Mac Mini came a day early, and I wasn't ready for it. And I was just like, wait, I have to do an unboxing, but I really want to get into it. But it's a day early. What am I going to do? So I start filming on my iPhone. Now, I have 128 gigs of storage. It should, even with Dolby Vision, it should be 3 hours worth of footage should be able to go in there. Whatever. Anyway, so I filmed like 45 minutes of me trying to set it up and stuff. I should have turned it off and turned it on. And anyway, 45 minutes. Then I stopped it. Then I started it up again. And I look back after like an hour, or after like 30 minutes of me talking, rambling about the Mac Mini. I go over to the iPhone and it's off. I'm like, huh? And it was because it ran out of storage. But I didn't understand what it was doing. I wasn't even thinking about that because I couldn't see it because the little doodad is the little tripod thing that I hold the iPhone with was in the way. of the screen, so I couldn't see what it was saying. And so I went ahead and shot another 30 minutes that wasn't being recorded. And then I shot another 30 minutes that wasn't being recorded. So stupid. So I actually had to dump some things off the phone. And the point was that I wanted to keep some things on the phone so that I could, show you guys, like, here's what it looks like on this screen, and then here's what it looks like on my monitor. And I was going to kind of do this comparison thing, but it just, it takes too long to, I just don't have time to make these videos. And like I said, nobody's watching them anyway, but oh my gosh. Oh, and another thing, this is funny. I'll actually show you the footage. So I'm doing this Mac Mini unboxing, and I needed to know what date it was. Well, you look at your phone for your date. So I'm like, where's my phone? Where's my phone? I start yelling at my partner. What's today? December something. Oh, shit. Scott, what's today? I better go get my iPhone because I think I need to know passwords that I don't know. Did I leave my iPhone somewhere? Is it in here? Hey, Siri. Hey, Siri. Oh, duh, I'm filming with my iPhone. Where's the phone? Where's the phone? I'm filming with the phone. I'm filming with the phone. So I couldn't get to my passwords. I needed to look up passwords for certain things that are stored on my phone. And I need to find the date out. And I needed to do something else, verify something. I needed to do the 2-code verify. I finally used my old MacBook. So that's how I did it. But I was just like, oh my gosh. When you're filming with the iPhone, you don't get to have your iPhone anymore. And for instance, I would like to read a script or something, and kind of blah, 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 and then say it to the camera. Well, you can't do that if you're filming with the iPhone. So the iPhone 12 has just ruined my life. Oh, and another thing, you can't film yourself. The back camera is so good that you can't film. What I used to do was just use the front-facing camera and use the big screen. That's why I got the iPhone 12 Pro Max, is because of the big screen. So I could, see the framing even from a distance while I'm filming myself. Well, the back camera, the wide camera, the middle one, not the telephoto or the ultra wide, but the wide camera is so good, you have to use it. So that means you can't see yourself. And then I find out today, because I'm watching a Potato Jet video, he's actually talking about the iPhone 12 Pro Max. He's filming with it all day. And all of a sudden he's like, oh, let me see my framing. And I'm like, what is he doing? What is that? The Apple Watch actually can show what you're recording on your screen. I had no idea this happened. Your Apple Watch will show you the framing of what is being shot on your phone. And I'm guessing you can control record and stop. I hope. Anyway, I'm like, now I have to go get a stupid Apple Watch because that would solve my problem. But again, nobody's really watching these. I could be shooting in 1080p. I would never run out of storage. I could be just filming it, with the front-facing camera, and this problem would be solved. So the iPhone 12 has just ruined my life again. And then also my monitors. So I can't see this footage correctly because I don't have an HDR monitor. Well, the $6,000 one they showed at the event, that monitor, I'm not going to get a $6,000 monitor, but apparently that's how you can edit the footage. Well, I don't want to spend that much. And I looked, and there's a TV that has HDR, but I don't know if that would be the same because that's a TV. One of those is a TV. One of them is a 4K monitor. So it's just like, And right now, I don't know if I'm framed or not because I can't see what I'm doing because I want to use that back camera. I don't know. This is just a rant. I think these are first world problems. These are first world problems. I really am enjoying the phone. It's a great phone. It's just that it's too good, and it's kind of made me change. I just should have gotten more storage. I know that. I should have got more storage. Oh, and it's making me run out of storage in the cloud. So I either have to upgrade or I have to delete these things faster or switch back to Filmic Pro and just shoot in 24p, which is probably what I'll start doing. But I might just not do Dolby Vision at all, which I think is probably the better, I don't know. It's ruined my life. It has ruined my life because now I'm going to have to buy an Apple Watch. I might have to buy an HDR monitor. Anyway, that's just my little rant. But to sum this up, actually, I love my iPhone 12. I just have to like learn to deal with this workflow or do something else or figure something else out or let go of some of the features I actually bought it for and maybe save it for later when things start to change or they start to output stuff that will help us shoot with this new footage, which the footage is phenomenal. I mean, it really looks good, especially on the phone, but unfortunately, I think that's the only place you are going to see it. Now, one thing I do remember when we went from standard definition, I'm old, you guys, when we went from standard definition to high definition, even if your output was going to be standard definition, it was better to shoot in high definition because it just looked better when you dumbed it down to standard definition. And same with 4K. It's even if your final output is going to be 1080p, shooting in 4K and then dumbing it down to 1080p actually looks better than if you just originally shot it in 1080p. So I'm guessing that if I shoot this everything in Dolby Vision and deal with it and then just dumb it down to the standard 709 profile, whatever that color profile, it'll just look better. And apparently people have been saying that you can exaggerate the highs and lows a lot better because of this high dynamic range of the Dolby Vision. So I'll probably still film in Dolby Vision and deal with the storage issue. Oh, why didn't I get the 256 gig, or I should have even gotten the 512 gig. This is how the iPhone 12 has ruined my life. Has it ruined yours? Has getting better video quality out of your iPhone 12, has it ruined your life too? If you like this video, please like the video. And if you'd like to subscribe to VidTech with Rick, please subscribe. You could be number 8 on the subscription order. Hey, only 993 to go until I can be monetized and only about probably 3,000 more hours of views.